Good afternoon and welcome to Ogtv Midday News. My name is Abeokuta. Our top stories at this time. The Federal Competition and Consumers Protection Council has promised to do all within its power to ensure the rights and inclusiveness of all Nigerians. The Council Deputy Director of Consumers and Business Education, Nwafor Anthony, stated this on Monday in Abuja while speaking at a policy roundtable on financial inclusion for persons with disabilities organized by the Consumer Advocacy and Empowerment Foundation. Nwafor also applauded the efforts of CADEF in ensuring the rights and inclusiveness of all Nigerians and pledged the Council's support for the foundation. The Council is already engaging in several campaigns aimed at drawing the need to ensure inclusivity and also provide an adequate environment for persons with special needs to access all sorts of services without any form of discrimination. We'll continue to fight for Nigerians' rights to be respected. In our remarks, CADEF Executive Director Professor Chisu Ndukwe Okafor stressed the need to urgently address the challenges faced by persons with disabilities in accessing digital financial services. The Social Economic Rights and Accountability Project, SERAP, has had President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to use his leadership position and good office to direct the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Mr. Lateef Fagbemi, to take urgent steps to ensure the immediate and unconditional release of all the End Bad Governance protesters, including the 32 hungry and malnourished children. SERAP said these children and other protesters are detained solely for the peaceful exercise of their human rights. SERAP urged him to direct Mr. Fagbemi and appropriate law enforcement agencies to promptly investigate the circumstances surrounding the grave violation of the human rights of the children and other protesters in detention, and to identify and bring to justice those responsible and ensure justice and remedies for the victim. SERAP also urged him to direct Mr. Fagbemi and appropriate agencies to ensure the immediate access to medical treatment for all the protesters, including the 32 hungry, malnourished children, for their apparently deteriorating health. In the open letter dated 2nd November 2024 and signed by SERAP Deputy Director Kolawole Oluwadari, the organization said bringing charges against children and detaining them simply for the peaceful existence of their human rights is clearly not acting in the best interest of the child. Away from that story, the church has been called upon to continue to seek God's guidance for national unity and economic stability, as well as keep praying for all political leaders for the betterment, growth and development of the state and the nation at large. The Ogun State Governor, Prince Dr. Abeokuta, made a call at the 75th Diamond Adoption Thanksgiving Service of the Eternal Sacred Order of the Cherubim and Seraphim Yewa Provisional Headquarters, held at the Church Auditorium in Ilaro, Ogun State. Details are in this report.
Represented by the head of service, Mr. Kende Onosoya, the governor said with the constant prayers of spiritual leaders, he is confident that the nation will emerge strong again in all things, as the church stands as the conscience of the society that is helping the nation to realize the aspirations of its founding fathers. He encouraged them to continue to strive for greater understanding among members and to align with the developmental goals of his administration by embracing positive values and virtues in tandem with the administration's Building Our Future Together agenda. While appreciating the Eternal Sacred Order of the Cherubim and Seraphim Yewa Provincial Headquarters for not only promoting spiritual growth, but serving as a beacon of hope and support, especially at these trying times, Governor Abeokuta said the church should continue offering comfort, guidance, and a strong sense of community, thereby fostering unity and creating a space where all will be welcomed.
Religious harmony is crucial for peaceful coexistence and the security of lives and property within our states. And given our nation's current challenges, it is incumbent upon both the church and the government to persistently work and pray for the common good. As as a church, let us continue to seek God's guidance for national unity and economic stability.
He reiterated the commitment of his administration to the social, economic, and spiritual welfare of citizens, pledging to remain non-partisan in religious matters and to continue supporting programs and projects that promote mutual respect and freedom of worship for all. On his part, the governor of Osun State, Dr. Ademola Adeleke, represented by his immediate elder sister, senior mother in Israel, Dukbe Adeleke Soni, appreciated God for all his doings in the church and pledged the family's commitment and dedication to the growth and development of the church. Speaking at the event, Speaker of the State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Oludaisi Lemide, appreciated the clergy and the laity for the anniversary, pointing out that prayers have been the sustaining factor for the progress of the country. Earlier in his sermon, the preacher, His Eminence Apostle Gideon Babalola, in the theme, Ye are Gods, said all Christians are the children of God who were created in God's image to take dominion over all things, and urged all to move away from sin and return to the place God originally put man before his fall in order to remain relevant in the things of God. Highlights of the Thanksgiving included offering prayers for the state government and cutting of the 75th anniversary cake.
The Defense Headquarters disclosed that troops conducting counter-insurgency operations have arrested a notorious and wanted terrorist leader in the northwest known as Abubakar Bawa Ibrahim aka Abu Dogo, who is responsible for the killings and kidnappings in Sokoto State. Director of Defense Media Operations, Major General Edward Buba, said Abu Dogo was arrested in Rumji village, Ilela local government area of the state. Buba added that troops in the southeast arrested 7 IPOB, ESN commanders and operatives during the week. Those arrested were identified as Dr. Nnamdi Chukwudozie and Chigozie Ezetoha, aka Chapet, arrested in Ihala local government area of Anambra State. Mrs. Ngozi Chukwuka and Mrs. Onyekachi Ohia arrested in Umaya South local government area of Abia State. Others are Mr. Ifeanyi Eze, Mr. Augustine Udemba, Mr. Onyedikachi Udemba, and Elijah Obumike. The Nigerian Senate has vowed to eliminate illegal mining activities that have been depriving the federal government of significant revenue and contributing to food and physical insecurity across the country. As part of its commitment to the Senate also aims to establish a safer and more profitable mining sector. Over the weekend, Senator Ekong, chairman of the Senate Committee on Solid Minerals, led a delegation to Niger State to investigate the recent collapse of the mining pit that claimed around 30 lives. During the visit, Ekong emphasized that illegal and unregulated mining operations are major obstacles to realizing the multi-billion-dollar potential of Nigeria's mineral sector, with unauthorized miners using unsafe and environmentally harmful practices. In response to the committee's visit, Governor Muhammad Umaru Bago of Niger State expressed the state's readiness to work with the National Assembly to enact laws that would reform the mining sector, benefiting all stakeholders, including the federal and state governments, local communities, and miners. Moving on, Nigerians rank among the world's top social media users, with 2024 data placing the country 5th globally for average daily time spent online, according to figures from cable.co.uk and on social media in 2024 posted by World of Statistics. On X, Nigerians spend an average of 3 hours and 23 minutes per day on social media. Leading the list is Kenya, where people spend the most time on social media at 3 hours and 43 minutes daily. South Africa follows closely with 3 hours and 37 minutes. Brazil at 3 hours and 34 minutes, and the Philippines at 3 hours and 33 minutes. Nigerians' average of 3 hours and 23 minutes places it just behind this country in social media engagement. And on the foreign scene, an Iranian Revolutionary Guard general and pilot were killed in an helicopter crash during an anti-terror operation in the country's restive southeast states, media report. The ultralight gyroplane of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps had an accident while conducting combat operations in a border area, the Iran news agency said. It said the crash happened in Strikan, a city in Sistan, Baluchistan province, and identified the dead as General Hamid Mazandarani, the commander of the Nineveh Brigade of Golestan province, and Ahmed Jadazigui, a pilot of the IRGC ground forces. Iran's armed forces have been mounting an operation in the region since October 26 when 10 police officers were killed in an attack claimed by Sunni Muslims militants. And finally, in the world of sports, United interim manager Rod Van in charge while the Red Devil awaits the arrival of newly appointed Ruben Amorim looked on course for his second successive